Let's do it.
Alrighty, so my name is Ref. I made the game.
And I am Moustro. I am the composer.
I am Wargirl. I am the terrainer.
I feel
I
like we're not very.
specialty in eye candy.
I feel like we're not very coordinated with our intro.
Well, you know what?
And that's why we're amateurs.
Yep, that's why we're game testers and editors and music people. So
We can always leave the comments to the pros.
yes, I'm always happy when I get the SMG first without having to re-roll.
You know, I'm really happy when I get Nova. I like Nova.
That seems appropriate.
Yes.
Really, the SMG is your favorite? To me, that seems like the most normal.
Not it's got like a rapid firing thing, which whatever you want to call it, and it's got like a spread to it. So it's kind of like a
Yeah,
all-purpose kind of a weapon.
and I think, I haven't checked this for sure. It'd probably take me 20 seconds to find out. That's way too much work, but I think it's the highest DPS of the starting weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, Rod, I have a question.
Yeah.
How you came up with the fairies?
When you die, you become a fairy.
Yeah, how you came up with that?
I'll be perfectly honest, I don't know anything about fantasy, but it just seemed like the logical thing to happen. Like, I don't know, are fairies in fantasy worlds dead people? It seems like it makes sense to me. Wander around the forest and, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing that I should probably make clear is that I don't know the first thing about fantasy anything. I've never played Warcraft, so this is all new, and I'm trying to keep my cynicism not too kind of overbearing. I don't know if I'm doing a very good job though. Although Moustro was the one who came up with the title of this game. So you can blame
All
him
right,
for that.
Maestro.
Now that would definitely not be accurate.
No, that is accurate.
No.
As a joke, Moustro labeled his music in the Death by Fantasy folder when we first started working on this game. I said, "Hey, that's great. Let's use it." Although
Yeah.
someone on StarCraft 2 Mapster said that we should rename this game to Rainer's Bizarre Adventure. I think
it's a good one, but
pretty fitting,
that-
but yeah.
pretty fitting. But we have this one already.
Well, the title is actually growing on me. So
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think it communicates that the game isn't 100% serious.
yeah.
Kind of right off the bat. Yeah, and it's funny because all the dialogue it was kind of originally just placeholder dialogue since I was going to try to learn the story and all that good stuff.
Yep.
But I never got around to it, so just kind of kept the dumb little jokes placeholder dialogue. People seem to like it.
No, yeah, it's clever. It's witty. I like it.
I like it. People seem to, when they read it, they type LOL and they like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe it was Tracent. He actually liked it as well. He actually gave it a I think he said a 10 out of 10. So it's always a good sign.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's the only one that matters as a
Exactly.
employee of Blizzard. Yeah, everyone else in existence means absolutely nothing. It's just him that matters.
If he says okay, okay.
Yeah, in fact, he mentioned at one point that the panda didn't have a funny line. He was disappointed. Thought, well, if that's the difference between first and second place, I better put in a joke.
That's right.
Yeah.
Put it in.
And you did, and it's great.
I don't think great's the right word, but I think serviceable is the right word.
Nah, I like it. It's witty.
No, it's not. It's me being a cynical jerk, that's all it is.
Well, as long as it puts a smile on someone's face, I guess I'm happy with that.
It fits the game.
It puts a smile on my face. That's the only thing I care about.
So, what is that glowy thing circling around Nova? Because I don't think I've actually seen that before.
That's the shuriken defense system.
Oh.
I'm kind of sad actually. It looks like a glowing blob. When it's bigger, it looks like a saw, but for some reason, when it's scaled down, all you see is that brightness. So it doesn't really communicate the full effect. I might need to change the model or do something to make it look more like a saw blade, which is what it's supposed to be.
Ah, okay. I got you.
Yeah. But my favorite upgrades are the ones that are visual, where you can see something's actually different, things like that. I gotta make more of those. To make all the upgrades, I basically went to Battle.net and looked at a list of Warcraft 3 items that you could buy, and just copied them all in and just kind of translated them into this game. And some of them have the most ridiculous names, like the Lion Horn of Stormwind.
Yeah.
Like, I cringe just typing that. I don't know, it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Alright.
But I imagine it'd be difficult to kind of the dialogue.
See, that was a witty joke.
Yes. It was like I wanna have something funny to say here, but oh well. All right, let's see here.
That's my choice.
Sharper bullets. Let's go with sharper bullets.
I gotta come up with a better title for that.
Sharper bullets.
Like, don't you know, it's the sharpness of the bullet that makes it dangerous.
I know, right?
Yeah, you can kind of see it. Sometimes there are times where I just can't be bothered to really think things through. So I just kind of go with the first thing. That's an example of that. Sharper bullet.
Well, I was called today a rebel because of this game.
Because of this game?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it doesn't fit the norm. It's not completely Warcraft.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I talked to, that was one of the first things I did when I sent an email to the Blizzard people and told them my idea for a game, and basically to see if it would follow the stipulations of the contest, since, sometimes I have a problem with that. But, yeah, they said that if it's not a pure fantasy game, that it would still be considered, but, it might, if there's a game of equal caliber, then they'll consider the other game first. But I read the rules of the competition very closely, trying to lawyer it, and it said that it needs to take place in a fantasy setting. So I figure as long as everything is on a fantasy world, then it'll work, which is why Wargirl is so important.
It works.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks to this game. I changed.
Wow, that guy typed fast.
Yeah, I've always noticed that
was too fast.
whenever I play it with like more than one person, it's way too easy.
Well, I remember you telling me that. I checked it to double check that it's scaled up, and it is properly scaled up. I think it's just that, in that case, corrosion grenade and 2 people with SMGs, and that boss doesn't really dodge. He mostly just kind of stands in one spot. So, yeah.
Maybe we are that.
I think we just broke the game. We found the perfect combination of things, and we broke the game. Dumb, developer, we outsmarted him.
And by the perfect combination, you mean that I'm playing along with you guys? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that must be it.
All right.
So I like this forest level a lot because I think the game really needed to slow down just a little bit. So having something that's a little more exploratory.
Well, it's not exactly slowing down. I mean, I'm sitting there constantly shooting stuff, so.
Yeah, but it's not just a straight line path where you know exactly where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do. So I like that. That's kind of something that I learned is when you have a small game, that doesn't take 40 hours to complete stuff.
Yeah.
And a pretty simple concept. You need to really try to mix it up. Have everything be a little different so that nobody gets bored.
I think what really makes this level is the stellar soundtrack. It really sets the mood appropriately and allows the player to really engage in the level.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Red?
Yeah, it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, and what I love
Shameless
about our
plug.
composer is how humble he is, and just
I
like
know, right?
yeah, it's
Good team. You fit right in the team.
I said the hardest thing is knowing how much work that I can put into this, which can be completely nullified by like one click of the mouse. You know, they can just turn on the mute all music.
now to be 100% clear. There is actually a way to set up the music to where it cannot be muted or turned down. You can play them as game sound effects instead of putting it as a soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want, you know what we should do, because this score is very orchestral, which is great.
Yeah.
I love the orchestra sound. And what we could do, what you should do is you should write like a string quartet or a piano quintet or maybe another orchestra thing, and just come out with like 20 minutes, 30 minutes worth of amazing music, and then I'll just make a game for it. Like, I don't.
That's a first.
Yeah, it'd be like it would be bold and innovative to design a game around a soundtrack instead of the other way around. You see how we're twisting things, new unexplored territory.
That's definitely a first. I have never heard of that. Okay, so you're saying that I can just make 20 minutes of like random orchestral music, and you'll find a game for that. You'll make a game.
Yeah, and when people complain that the gameplay is boring and uninspiring, tell them, well, that's not the point. So take that. You're not allowed to complain.
That's classic.
So we have our idea for the next game.
Yep.
All right.
Don't die, Wargirl.
Okay, I'm still gonna try.
Now I like this boss because he doesn't have kind of one arena and he kind of chases you around and you run.
Oh, okay.
Stuff like that.
Well,
Run.
you guys see that awesome blink micro there? That's top level right there.
Did you use the ability for what it was intended?
Yes.
It's pretty impressive. And just so people know, we're good friends, and I'm not a horrible jerk.
Now, we were talking earlier, and I actually came in at the end of Airstrike, so I think that was over a year ago.
I think almost a year ago. I don't know if it's
Wait.
been a full year yet.
Well, Airstrike highlight was on February 27, I think.
Yeah, so I think we started working together, or Moustro joined the team in probably December or November or something like that. Because I think there was only a couple months before the spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the new level. We are the first ones to play it.
Watch out for those saw things.
Oh.
Basically, anything pointy in this game is bad. That's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah. Oh, they're coming after me. I'm trying to look at the terrain at the same time as I'm fighting. This is not easy.
Your priorities are in the wrong place.
Yes.
So I really am curious, like how many games at like one time, on average, are you working on? At least, I would say at least like 15.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, Wargirl, definitely.
I have to look at my Dropbox. I'm gonna have to call Dropbox for more space. Yeah, Actually, I had to turn down. Everybody is just waiting for this RGC to be over.
I know, it's less than a month away too. Ends coming up
Oh
quick.
my god. Yep, less than a month away.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're going to be something great, right?
It means I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, we're going to BlizzCon. We're gonna meet up over there, right? Right, Mouse? Right, Bruce?
Oh, I can't go to BlizzCon, fortunately, but we all should meet up sometime, though.
I know, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Why don't we? Is it because we live on opposite sides of the world?
See, I'm on the East Coast. You're on the West Coast. And Wargirl's in a whole other country.
Coast.
Whoa!
Oh, what is this?
Whoa!
Oh my god.
See, Wargirl, you shouldn't have died. You're missing out on all the fun now. See, there's gotta be a punishment for dying, and withholding fun in a video game, I think, is the right way to do it. Now, this really is placeholder dialogue. It's not even, like, good jokes. I need to think of something. What does a blue-haired elf with a bow sitting on a white tiger say? I'll figure it out.
I like the lighting in here. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice touch. I like to pretend that I'm an artist at heart. Even though I'm just a programmer. Exact opposite.
4th of July, Independence Day, right here.
That's right. This is the America portion. I should recolor all those to red, white, and blue.
It's our turn. Come on down here. There you go.
I've got to work on that jumping animation. It looks so bad.
Oh man, I like this view.
Yeah. See, the reason it's like this is because when you have a tall enemy who's shooting projectiles kind of from up high, the projectiles have kind of this weird trajectory thing that doesn't line up with the visuals very well with where they're actually impacting. So having a completely top-down view completely negates that issue with height. So that's kind of the reason that this fight is top-down. And sure enough, there's a lot more sort of precision with it. Yay! This is my This is my 2-minute little thanks for playing thing that I put in because so many people were saying, "Where's the rest of the game?" I had to explain.
Right.
All right. We had, I think I saw 18 normal minutes of content. So just maybe 12 more to go.
Yeah, and that's like without dimes, you know, so